Hello there, wrestling fans! Welcome to another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I am Dancing Hamster trying to make his way out.
No, I'm
I'm
rocking.
you're the hamster. I'm Joe Panther the Third. Screw me up, thanks. And now from the top of Metal Mountain, trying to make himself out like Lemmy Winks, it's the happy himself, the Metal Geek.
What's going on, Rickside Crew? What's going on, International? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Joe? How's it going today?
Good afternoon / good nighttime in the UK / Scotland. So
It's probably
before I
7:30
introduce
right
the
now.
guest, before I Geek introduce the guest, I just wanted to say that this episode today / tonight is dedicated to my my lovely grandmother, which I lost yesterday, Grandma Panther. I love you, and I miss you, and may you rest in peace. Thank you. Now, Geek introduce the guest.
So let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside welcome to our guest today, the hot mess, Kristy Love.
Hello there.
How's it
Welcome,
going?
Kristy. Well, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Not too long.
Yes.
I'm sorry for your loss, Joe. I hope you'll be okay.
I'm
really
good.
sorry.
I'm good. She's at peace, and I know she's on her nice little cloud couch with Grandpa Panther, and she's enjoying her time with her husband now.
That'll be lovely.
Yes. So, Geek, you start with the question today.
So if our international fans are from America are not familiar with you, introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Kirsty Love. I have the nickname The Hot Mess. I don't kind of know what happened with that. It just kind of organically happened because I just started experimenting with like crazy makeup just to kind of make myself stand out more, but also exaggerate my facial expressions. And I ended up doing this weird kind of David Bowie Ultimate Warrior kind of thing with like smudged lipstick. And someone said in passing, I can't remember who said it, but they were saying like, so like you're a hot mess then. I'm like, yes. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that.
That's
yeah.
Sorry about that.
Let's carry on.
So, who trained you?
Big Demo. Or
Big Demo, wow.
He's Big Demo now, yeah. Like that was like nearly 13 years ago.
Wow.
Goodness me, yes. Big Demo was my head coach, and alongside was Nikki Cross, who mentored me.
Wow.
Basically took me underneath her wing to help me get better, and like he was an amazing coach. Like, I imagine he still is, but like when I was training, it's like he was an amazing coach. He would not let me away with anything. So, and like at the time, it'd be like, oh man. But looking back on it, I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful that he didn't let me away with like silly mistakes. Like he made sure that what I did would like, he didn't say it was like wrong or anything, or unless it was just flat out wrong, but what he would basically explain why it was better to do it this way than that way. So he went into details on what makes it more effective in that way, and I didn't actually know at the time I'm autistic, but I was diagnosed with semantic pragmatic disorder when I was 2. And I explained this to Demo, and he looked it up, and he couldn't find much out about it other than what I've asked is like, could you simplify your explanation for me? And he did. He did. Like, he catered to me so well, and I'm just so thankful for it. And he's an outstanding coach, and I can't say enough good things about him as a coach.
Speaking of that, what would you say the best advice that Nikki Cross and Big Damo gave you?
Oh wow, there's so much. So I might be a while actually thinking about that. Less is more. That's particularly stuck with me. Like more focusing on telling a story rather than moves kind of thing. Like
Yeah,
everything's
that
got a reason.
Mm.
Yeah. I think that's like
yeah
the
that
best
that's an
piece.
amazing.
Oh no, sorry. It was just I was just going to say those were the
No,
best pieces of advice I got from them.
I mean to cut you off. It was kind of like a delay. Sorry about that. You know,
Oh
you
no,
could
no
continue.
problem. No problem. That was it.
Yeah,
That's all I was just going to say.
because I was just about to say that I 100% agree that less is more because people even the same with podcasting. I mean, you have 1 or 2 shows, you have like a week, then people are going to look forward to the next one. So you keep putting them out, keep showing, oh yeah, they done this already, they done this. You know what I mean? You
Mhm.
have something for people to look forward to all the time. You know?
Oh yes, absolutely.
So I don't know if you agree with me, Joe, on that one.
Yeah, I agree with you, but like, there's also people that feel like he's not in the chat today, but uh, our buddy, Vinny, that's not here today. My buddy Vinny, that he was in the chat all the time. He's not there today, but he feels as it's like a TV show for him. So every day he looks forward to seeing us dudes talk to somebody new, and it's exciting for him. And he's a person with a disability, so he sees me in person. It's like he's seeing like Ben Affleck. He goes,
Oh,
"Wow, Joe, I'm hanging out with you." The first day after lockdown, our day program met in person on a Friday, and he was sitting next to me, going, he was just staring at me like, "Dude, what's up, man?" And I'm like, "Not too much. How's Geek?" And I'm like, "He's good." Do you talk to him outside the? Yeah, he's my friend. Wow, that's cool. And I'm like, wow, I really affected this guy. Like,
that's
we really
nice.
affected this guy with the show. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of cool to know that someone actually looks forward to seeing myself in Geek on their computer screen every, like, on certain days, like a TV show, Sundays, Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays. You know what I mean? Like, people get used to it, and they're like, "What do you mean I can't see Joe and Geek on a Friday now? What?" I'm like,
That's really nice. Like it must give you a nice warm feeling. That feeling like you what you're doing is paying off. You are getting shown that bit of like thanks for it. Um, like I do like that. I think with the once or twice a week is quite it's good because that still is less is more because like
Yeah.
I don't understand podcasts enough, but I imagine that could be very taxing, like on you mentally, emotionally, and also like your throats and like constant typing. And like I hate typing, so that to me is like a tax. Like so, if you were to do that every day, I imagine that would be quite exhausting for you. And
yeah,
again, that would be too much. Whereas if you do the twice a week, it gives them that break to talk about it with their friends or family, and then it kind of amps them up looking forward to the next podcast. It's like, I can't wait. Whereas eventually, I think if it would, this is not me to be rude or anything, but if they watched it like I do one every day, I think they just get bored, possibly. It's the same with
The
them, I
magic is
think.
lost. The
It's
magic
the
is
same with
lost, basic. You know,
yeah. It's no
it,
disrespect to anyone. It'd be the exact same with anything else if they watch something new every day. I think they would just get bored. It's the same with wrestling.
Yeah, exactly. Like for example, I feel that if you showed every single move in a match, it's like okay, the person's like, I've seen them already wrestle. I know what they're gonna do. You show them a little bit more. The next time, it's like, oh wow, that's really good. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
they keep coming back. You know, so
That you build it, you build it, you build it, build it, like until you can't actually like possibly stack anything else, and then
Yeah,
you can actually move on to another program with someone else. Like
mhm,
I believe I've built that tower with Leone. Like ever since I came back to UKW, because I worked for them 10 years ago, like when I was green as grass, and um, I wrestled her for the first time. It was the first time we ever met each other again. We had a disqualification kind of gimmick to it, which I might have just spoiled that. I do apologise if you haven't seen it. But we kind of worked each other, but we got more confident with one another. So we went from, okay, this is a good match, to this is better, so on and so forth. Not yesterday, but the last match we had was an absolute belter. It was a
mhm.
war. I absolutely loved it. Trying not to swear, I apologise, but
It's
I
okay.
loved it. I loved it. We even got a "This is awesome" chant, which I didn't even
wow.
know.
Wow.
Yeah, we did the angle slam off the like, well, top slash middle kind of thing. I was standing
Oh,
on the
what?
middle. She was
Yeah.
did an angle slam, and they started chanting, "This is awesome." I'm like, no, fecking way, fecking. I said fecking, not
Backing.
swearing.
You know, it's funny you say that.
Backing is okay.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Twitch is
No,
gonna have a heart attack. The people from YouTube are like, no, no, that wasn't a curse. So if I say
No, no.
frickin', they'll be like, "Ah, you." Hey, what's going on, Jojo? What's up? Welcome.
What-
Welcome to the
What's
chat.
up?
Thank you.
What's
hello.
up? What's up, dude?
Yeah. So like, it's awesome. If you want to talk more about UK wrestling, because I know about UK wrestling because I got really hooked since you sent me the link to that YouTube channel. I'm like, subscribe today, please. Thank you.
Oh yes, definitely. Like they've got a YouTube channel, as you know, it's UKW, like UKW Wrestling, really that's it, or UKW like UK Wrestling, but I think it's UKW Wrestling on YouTube. I'm subscribed to it. I'm not always on the Friday nights because it'll be like it kind of would cost a lot and it'd be a lot of traveling for me to go there every week. But I always watch it every week. Like me and my boyfriend watch it every week. We look forward to it. And sometimes when there's been a pay-per-view on like yesterday, it takes them longer to post it and we're just both like, hurry up. Post it. I want to see it. And
Popcorn,
I'm
stop hiding
also
in your post.
yeah, exactly. I've been sitting waiting for it. But I get it because, like, Sack trying to actually edit any videos or anything. I do not know how to do it. I do not want to know how to do it.
He knows. He knows the hell of editing. He knows the hell.
Trust me, I know. I know the
Yeah.
hell of it. Editing
He's
clips, was it intros and different
we had
stuff?
a guest. We said something was said on the show. I don't remember who it was, and they were like, "We the whole episode was fine. We were
Uh,
talking. We were
all right,
good."
Joe.
All I'm gonna say is something happened. I
Joe.
think he had to edit out edit out something. I'm not gonna say what it was. I just they had to, he was upset. He had to edit something out.
Ah, now I'm
Yeah,
interested now. I want to know if I understand you
no, it was
can't.
something
That's
silly.
fine.
It was something silly.
Ah,
Yeah, it was something bad. It wasn't bad. It was silly.
so it's silly, like having a Pikachu on your lap that's
Yeah,
sleeping.
Pikachu. Yeah.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
silly. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but Charizard's at my absolute favorite Pokemon right there. So
It was only either Charmander or Pikachu, and I went with Pikachu because it was a thicker teddy, and I like to really cuddle a thick teddy. If
is that
that sounds weird, doesn't it? I do apologize, but it's innocent as it actually is.
another favorite is Snorlax, one of my favorites.
Yes. Sandshrew is
You
actually my
get a
favorite.
Snorlax pillow. You get a Snorlax pillow. I keep telling my girlfriend, I'm like, you gotta get this Snorlax pillow. You have to get it.
Yeah.
And she's like, or the Snorlax slippers I usually see, and I'm like, oh
Oh,
man.
hi. Oh, hey, it's Papa Dank's Booker. What's
Booker,
up?
what's going on?
Hello.
She
You know, you can
definitely
get like a
she's scouting. She's scouting.
she's scouting. She should have sent the thinking emoji. She should have sent the lady doing the thinking emoji, like,
Is that like the mathematical one though?
hmm. You know what's funny? Did you ever notice that, Kristy? When you say hug, there's not just one. Back in the day, it was just the smile with the thinking, the hugging emoji. Now there's actually two people hugging as
Oh
an
yeah,
emoji. I was
I
like,
didn't know that.
yeah,
She
I
says
did
hi.
it. I
She
said
says hi.
something happened. I said hug, and
Hi,
she says hi.
Serena.
I was like, I don't want to send that to somebody. They may get freaked out. Say, what is with the hugging people? It means hugging.
Yeah, it said it. I swear.
As long as it's
I'm
not
not.
saying, yeah,
I'm not trying to like use my finger knives to stab into you.
yeah, Wolverine style. Sorry.
It's so. Where are some of the places you love to travel to that you have not traveled to yet?
Well, on the very top of my list to like travel to and wrestle is Japan. Like
Ooh,
That's
very top.
mm,
I do love a bit of Japanese. I say a bit of Japanese wrestling. I love Japanese wrestling. Really,
mhm.
that's it. It's as simple as that. I just love Japanese wrestling. It's the kind of way I like to work is just good connection with strikes. If you catch what I mean, in like not little, "Eh," just like fudge, fudge.
Budgie.
I'm trying my best. I'm really trying. I'm Scottish. I swear like a sailor. We all do.
Geek, if we go to Scotland in the airport, she'd be like, "How the are you?" Oh, dang it! Sorry,
Oh,
guys.
they're saying hello. That's their funny way of saying hello. All right.
It's like,
Or
oh
they're
no!
just or they're just putting up the finger and they say, "This is how we say hello."
Instead of waving at you from far away, Geek, she's just standing there like this.
Eh,
Putting up the
Welcome to
I
Scotland,
don't want to
Geek.
put up the finger because I don't know if
He's
Twitch or
he's
Instagram or
he's
whatever is
getting off.
gonna.
He gets off the plane and he's walking down with his bag with a mod, and Chrissy's just standing out there like this by the car. And you're like,
What it's like, what did I do? Oh, this is how we
no,
say
I'm
hello.
saying welcome.
Yeah. How the F are you?
Welcome to Scotland. Wolf. Like, it's like, but we just got here. No, welcome to Scotland, Golf. Oh no, welcome to Scotland. There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. You've nailed it there.
It's like, this is how they greet people in Scotland? Do I have to text Joe? It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. Why are they mean to me, Joe? What'd you do?
We'll feed you, don't worry.
Yeah.
There's some good food in Scotland too.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Good
Good food.
drinks too.
Oh
Yeah.
yes. Keek will be dragging me to the hotel room. I'll be like, "Hey, you can have one more beer. I'm fine." No, Joe, you're really drunk.
You're gone. It's like it's time for you to go.
No, no, it's not time for you to go. So, Kristy, what is like your favorite food?
I'm not a particularly fussy eater, I'll be honest. Like, you pretty much put any food in front of me and I'll eat it. But I think if it's like style kind of food, I would say it's more Asian style of food I like. It's the exoticness and all the flavorings. Like I think that's like really tasty. I love noodles and like I go on Tik. I don't have TikTok, but I go on TikTok and I see all these lovely meal preps, and like cute Korean couples that will like play jokes on one another, and I giggle at it, but I'm just staring at their food thinking, that looks really
Mm,
good. Where can I get that?
yeah.
So yeah, that's like my favorite kind of food is Asian kind of food.
Mhm.
I do need to cut back on the food, but I probably won't.
Yeah. So, who would you say your dream opponent is? Someone you love to get in the ring with,
Um,
or currently right now that's right now on the Indies.
I would love to work Kairi.
Kyrie. Wow.
Ye-
Right.
Yeah, I've actually met her before because I've wrestled Mayu Iwatani before.
My what? Wow.
Yeah, it was many years ago. It was for BAW. We were first match. I was heavily overweight. You would not recognise me. I had purple hair, blue in it. It was scalp plait, side shaved in, and I had like a purple singlet on. And we had an absolute banger of a match. It was only 8 minutes, but it was good. It felt good. Watched it back. I really enjoyed it, and we were thanking each other afterwards. And Kairi was like managing her, and we were talking to one another afterwards. And she said she liked my chops, and I was like, I nodded and said thank you. I hadn't seen hers yet, but I saw him later on the show. Yeah. And like we kind of wanted, like we made a joking and passing, like we should work each other. Well, I don't think it was a joke because I'm not joking. I would love to work her. We work each other and we'll just chop the daylights out of each
Oh,
other.
jeez.
And I'm totally game for that. Like so, Kairi is my top
Wow.
wish list, and I would love to work Mayu again now that I'm in far better shape. A lot
Yeah.
less back issues because, like, say when I was too heavy, it's why I lost a lot of the weight. Is I was getting loads of joint pains, and it's just
Mm,
it made me miserable. I was
Mhm.
miserable because of all the pain and lack of confidence. So it's not me shaming anyone. It was my own personal choice because I was unhappy. Just
mm.
wanted to make sure that you understood that. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
everyone's gorgeous in their own way.
yeah.
Yes.
But also, it's just awesome you got to even wrestle her. Even though it was 8 minutes, you're probably like, "Wow, I worked
I
with
loved it.
Mayu, yeah, worked with Mayu and Tawani. That's just absolutely amazing." What was like um what was like the experience working with her? I mean, like,
It was an absolute pleasure.
mhm,
Like, I can't really say
like
anything negative about it. I couldn't. Like, if
what
I tried to think of anything negative about it, I couldn't. I
Mm,
couldn't because it was so
so
good.
I meant like what did you learn from working with her? That's what I meant.
Well, I learned a lot about fighting spirit. I didn't
Mhm.
have much knowledge of fighting spirit back then. So it was more of a kind of like you take a strike and you kind of like G up from it, and then you give one, and then they G up, and it's just kind of like that kind of spectacle of this hard hitting match that you don't know who's going to win this strike off. It's like kind of like that, for example. Like I love that, and what you can do with just 8 minutes. With just
mm,
8 minutes, I dare say it was a spectacle. I'm
Mhm.
going to say it because I loved it and I was so proud of it. I'm so proud of it.
You know, to be honest, those 10 minutes, some people might just say, "Oh, this promotion only can give me 10 minutes to do this." But you know what? If like the thing is with some wrestlers, they'll say, "You know what? Those 10 minutes, we're gonna kill it, and we're gonna want them to make us go 20 minutes. That's what we're gonna show them right there." So,
That's the right attitude. That's the
mm,
exact right attitude. That's the way I see it. Like I've learned over the years, it's like I'm not going to whinge about it. Like, okay, you want to only give me 8 minutes? I'm going to make you regret that. I'm going to
yeah,
make you regret that by putting on an absolute banger. And then you'll be kicking yourself saying, I should have given them 15. I should have put them higher up in the card and given them 15. It's like, well, you can next time.
you can
You've
next
now
time
learned.
exactly. Now,
You've
now you
learned.
can. You learned exactly.
It's so important to have that kind of outlook on it. Is if you go with the whinging outlook, you're just gonna run yourself to the ground. You're not gonna feel good. You're just
Mhm.
gonna you're not gonna feel like I'm ashamed to say I was one of those people a very long time ago. And after I got out of that headspace, it was like a weight lifted off me. I
Mm.
feel so much better now. Like, I can't recommend it enough. Just relax, everything's all right. Just work hard. Just
Yeah.
work hard. Make them regret it. It's much more satisfying. Trust me,
Yeah.
it is. It's
Yeah.
like, you're regretting it now. Eh? Eh?
Yeah. So, um,
Yeah.
you
Serena
spoke.
loves your headphones, by the way.
Thank you. I love them too.
So you had a match last night with one of our former guests, Alfie. You want to
Yes,
talk
I
about
did.
that?
Well, how much time have you got?
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved it. Like, we'd only just met. Like, this is our second time meeting, but the first time we met, it was in passing. We like kind of like, went past and cracked a joke now and then because I don't know why. It's just kind of my go-to thing. Is I always crack jokes in a locker room. I don't know. I think it just makes it a bit more relaxed. Anyway, but
Mhm.
we thought like after the way we planned together, the way we worked together, you would have thought we had been wrestling for years. Like we just clicked so well. Like the chemistry was insane. We're both very similar in styles. We both enjoy a good slugfest, shall we say? Like we do like to knock seven shades of fecal matter out of ourselves.
Yeah.
I didn't say the S word. It's fine. Um, so we'd like that, and we like our suplexes and kind of more impact kind of things. We prefer to tell a story. One of my favourite parts of the match, which I won't spoil for you, but you'll probably understand when you see it and you'll see why it was both of our favourites. Because the pair of us, we were chatting afterwards. Because unfortunately, I had a little concussion afterwards.
No.
I just didn't tuck my head enough. It was my own fault. I
Mm.
didn't think I was concussed, but everyone says I was concussed, so nah.
Mhm.
I just wanted chicken nuggets and crepes.
Yes, chicken
That's
nuggets are always the best.
yeah. It's like they were just like, I
Best
need to be a
medicine.
hospital. I'm like, no, I want chicken nuggets.
Best medicine ever, right, geek? Best
Yeah.
medicine ever. Just send me some chicken nuggets. My eye may be twitching, but I'll still eat it.
I
Mhm.
Like,
wasn't
Mhm.
throwing up or anything. I was walking around perfectly fine. So it was a little concussion. If it was there, it was a little one.
Mhm.
Um, like like I do like to do a bit of wrestling at the beginning. She said to me she doesn't really like. Well, I don't feel like that crowd in particular likes to see the proper, like too much proper grappling wrestling. So we just decided, you know what? Let's just beat each other up.
mm.
I'm cool with it. You're cool with it. Let's just beat the living daylights out of each other. And we did. And
Yeah.
it was the crowd were evenly split because it was a face versus face match for the golds.
Ooh,
The goal. Look at that goal right there.
that
It's
belt. That
pink.
belt's beautiful.
It matches the
It matches
headphones there.
Yeah.
exactly. This is why it needs to stay with me.
How long have you been champion for UK wrestling?
Uh I won it at Retribution, which was that September? I think it might have been September. So since September or either November, it was one of those. I get them. Like I get all the dates from the beginning of the year. So like I always have to check. I have to write them down in my calendar. I have to write everything down in my calendar, or I'll forget about it.
Mhm.
So about 4 months, four maybe five.
Mhm.
Please
Yep.
let me know if my math is horribly off, because like
I math, regular math and Steiner Brothers math confuse me to death. So
I think we've asked so many wrestlers to do Steiner Brothers math, and they always say, "Oh man, I'm gonna need a calculator for this one."
like I turned my phone off for this interview, so I'm gonna wait till later on to do the math.
uh,
Yeah, that
Jonathan,
sounds
are
like,
you watching? Can you tell them what how long I've had this belt for? Sorry,
please do watch. Nice.
title. A
Yeah.
belt
Take
holds your jeans up. A title's a
Well, I'm
title.
sending you good Geek, and I know Geek is. I'm sending you good vibes. You'll have a Roman Reigns kind of reign for your title.
Ah,
The Roman
I love
Reigns
it.
title. What is it, like 600? Was it 600 days, Joe?
That's
What is
like
it?
2 years, 3 years now. 2 years? Is it 2 years?
Yeah,
2 years?
it's
Yeah,
like
Roman's had that
yeah.
belt. Jeez. But then he has one. He has two. So if there's another title in UK wrestling that you're eyeballing,
Well, like I find that they're not particularly sexist. So just because I've got the women's belt, I've challenged for the TV title before. It was a gauntlet match against Paul Hubris, and I was like this close to winning it. This is before I
mm,
won the women's belt, but I was this close to actually getting that belt. And there is women's tag championships as well. Alfie's one half of them. I don't know who her partner is though, because the titles weren't actually there when I came back. I just heard them in passing, and Alfie said she was the one half of them, so I didn't know who the tag partner was. So I'm just kind of like I was eyeing up the TV championship, but I'm also eyeing up the tag championship because I've only ever won tag championships once before. And I feel
Uh-huh.
like I could have some fun in the tag team league.
3 belts, Christy. You could be Christy
Yeah.
3 belts by
Mhm.
the end of
Yeah,
2022. So
the more belts, the better, especially the prettiest ones.
Roman Reigns should have lost his title a long time ago.
I know that, but he's the tribal chief, so
He needs to have the belt. The chief needs to have the belt. There you go. All right,
because
he
I
is the
know
tribal.
he's the one. So yeah.
Yeah,
Christy, do you have any advice for people that are trying to get into wrestling today, or
like how to go by it, or just in general.
in general when you're training? Like if someone
Well,
comes up to you, say, I want to be like you. I want, you know.
why would you want to be like me?
Mhm.
Why? No, but in all seriousness, my go-to advice is like always go to a reputable school. Don't just go anywhere because unfortunately there isn't schools that are equipped to train people. I'm just going to say it. I'm not going to name names or anything. Oh, thank you, Serena. I hope so too. Um, always hello.
Hey, Gary.
Always like do your research first as well. Like just because such and such is closer to you doesn't necessarily mean you should always go for it because
Definitely.
their track record could be like 2 out of 5 stars, whereas if you go just like maybe half an hour further away, you've got a 4-star wrestling school. It's like always go for the better school.
Hmm.
You should do because it's safety. If someone teaches you incorrectly, you're going to get hurt, or someone else is going to get hurt, and I think that's just so important. But also, I think it's very important to warn them how mentally taxing wrestling can be.
Hmm.
It really can. Like, it's put me in a dark place time and time again. And it's, it, I don't ever really want to discourage anyone from like joining wrestling, but a part of me is just like it depends on who comes up to me. I'm just like, hello. Well, I
Hmm.
say hello anyway. Um, I just think, are you sure you want to do this?
Mm,
Because like there's just you can get the most lovely environments, but you can get the most toxic environments too.
Hmm.
And
yeah,
it hurts. It can really hurt. And I think it's just me. I just don't like seeing people get hurt and upset. It's
yeah,
not nice. It's you want to protect them from it.
yeah.
Obviously, you can't wrap them in bubble wrap.
And nowadays, lots of people like there's a lot of like wrestling promotions that you hear stories that there's the young wrestlers they're trying to get their name up, they're trying to get the advice, but there's that one person in the back room that doesn't like getting advice, but they want to get the advice, but everybody else is getting the advice, and they're just like, I'm going to quit, and they quit, and they never get a chance to experience it because they don't know how to go, hey, me, I need help. Let me teach me how to do this drop without hurting myself. But
Yeah.
everybody else is jumping in. You know what I mean, Geek? Like, it's hard.
Mhm.
And
Yes, you're absolutely right. Like, if I'm always happy to give advice when asked, but I don't tend to just push it upon people. I tend to, if you want my advice, just ask and I will give it. Um, I can't guarantee the feedback will always be nice, but what I mean is like it's not gonna what you want. Like it's not gonna be what they want to hear. It's like I'm not gonna blow smoke up your ear end if you're not
Mhm.
if you need to improve. Like I'll give compliments, but I won't just say that's great. You've got nothing you need to work on because everyone always needs to work on stuff. I still need to work on stuff. Everybody still needs to work on things.
Mhm.
Like you're always learning, no matter how long you've wrestled for, you're always learning. And
yeah,
as soon as you decide you've stopped learning,
Yeah.
it's
it's
time
good.
to pack it up. It's time to
Yep.
pack it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're a little bit of a rivalry with Jenny Hayes. If you want to talk about her a little bit.
Well, I've only wrestled her once. She didn't seem too happy with the outcome though.
Hmm.
I think I was a second ever match. 'Cause I think she wrestled Leonie first for UKW at Showdown, which is available on YouTube if you want to watch that. Um, like, no, she just kind of came out like thinking she's hot stuff, kind of calling me out,
Hmm.
And well, I all right, but like Leonie wanted to cash in her rematch clause, and she like even Leonie was laughing her rear end off. Like, who are you? Like, you literally just came here, like, and you're challenging for the belt. And I'm pretty sure she implied I was fat. She was talking
Oh,
about
Oh.
she was hungry, but not for just any snack. She wants a full buffet, and I'm like, "Hey, are you trying to say I'm fat? Am I
oh
full
boy.
buffet size?" Like, yes, I'll destroy a buffet, but that's not the point.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you keep. And when I first watched it, I was just kind of giggling, like, "Are you sure you want this match? And do you really want this?"
Hmm.
Mm,
Um, and then Red Bronco came out and said, "Right, if you want to face Kirsty Love for the UKW Women's Championship, you're having a match. Whoever wins faces her at December Bash." Um, Surprisingly, she won. She bet Leonie, who she's she's a tough cookie. It's like I've never said tough cookie. Why on earth did I say tough cookie?
sounds like something out of like an 80s movie.
Yeah, like she's hard as nails. Like
Yeah,
I've
you've seen it
wrestled
Back
her
to the
time
Future.
and time again, and she's no pushover. Like she's nearly beaten me. Like every time I've wrestled her, she has came close to beating me. I'm not going to deny that. I've just been that bit smarter and a bit more stubborn. But she actually beat her. Like what? But then again,
Mm,
it's probably a Mr. Remus Kane coming out helping her.
yeah.
So, is it a win? Is it? I didn't know. But yeah, she actually challenged me, and I'm just normal. Like I sound like a right backside here, but I wasn't worried really. I was like kind of giggling a lot because it's a second match, and she was so sure she was going to get this title off of me.
Mm.
I just like I I've I've got 12, like, at the times, like, I have 12 years on you. You're not even a year in,
Oh,
Gee.
jeez.
and you think you could just take this off me so easily. It's like, she was so sure,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just like, "That's not happening, hen, like, you do not want this match. What makes you think you don't want this match? You just don't."
Like, what?
But,
Jeez.
yeah, I took it, like, I don't shy away from a challenge.
Yeah.
I don't shy away from that. Like, you want to fight me for my title, I'll take the match. Like, I'm always happy to put this. I'm always happy to put this on the line. I prefer defending it. I don't really like just going pay-per-view to pay-per-view to
Yeah.
just defend it. Ideally, I would like to defend it more on Friday nights or Wednesday nights as well if they want. But obviously, it's just a lot of traveling. So
Mm.
maybe the
Yeah.
way they see it is it's better for me to just be at the pay-per-view. But you know, I'm not gonna stop rambling on. Like, yeah, bring us to, bring us to.
Yes.
Yeah, the way that went is obviously challengers go first. I came out and I'm like, not gonna lie, I was a wee bit smug. Aye, nae bother, mate. Nae bother.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
came out.
I mean,
Sorry.
Jenny may be listening, so you know what I
Oh
mean.
no!
So
Oh no, we've got a badass over here.
yeah.
What's that I
Oh,
hear again? Do you hear the rock music playing in the background?
I hope not.
I hear some kind of rock music, some 80s like pop. Do you hear that, geek? No.
Do you? No, I don't. I
There's
hear.
some
Do you
pop
hear?
music. I hear some pop music coming from the back room. I don't know what the heck that is. Do you hear that?
Like,
No, I hear static.
Yeah.
I hear no noise right about now. So
I don't
yeah.
know. I hear something. I don't know. Maybe
I've got
maybe
two
it's my
Maybe,
sets of ears and I still can't hear anything.
I think my mom's probably messing around with the crock pot upstairs. Maybe
I think Joe. I think you're hearing things upstairs. Is what you're hearing. That's what you're hearing
maybe
right
my
about
mom's
now.
laundry machine has a cool techno beat to it now. You know.
Well, you can get these really fancy washing machines now, so
Yeah, they have my
maybe
songs.
that's
Did you know that when you turn off when they go the time expires, it has like a cool beep did a beep beep like mine
yeah.
sounds like an 80s like anime. It's like do when it turns off. I'm like, do I have to like loop that and I can make a song when I get the sound effect
Yeah,
put it to my
let's
laptop?
bang it out like that.
I could do like go on TikTok, make I could loop this sound and go.
Yeah.
I might be. I might be hearing. I might be hearing. Maybe I'm hearing things too. I might be hearing some stuff too upstairs. I don't know. You know.
Yeah, in the green room, can't you hear that? Don't you hear that sound? Don't you hear that?
Do
The
you hear
rock
Christy?
I don't hear anything.
sound.
Oh, gee.
Oh boy.
Because oh.
I've got two
Someone.
sets of ears on me. Ah, here we go.
Whoa.
Hello, Kirsty Law.
Hi, Jenny. How's your back?
I like the e-girl look.
Eagle. Eagle. Oh, no.
E-girl.
E-girl.
Mm.
E-girl.
Well,
Good for you.
sorry,
girl.
you're one of the older women, aren't you? You won't know the younger slang, will you?
How come I look younger than you, Hen?
Oh, is that the best you've got?
Oh no! Hang on, I need this.
Geek's gonna go get the popcorn. Joe.
Yeah.
Get the popcorn, geek. What are we doing?
All right, keep the
Oh.
belt warm for me. I mean, like you said,
You
you might
need
have
to
a
get
belt, but
back
so
in,
do
Hen.
I. You know, I'm
You
one
need to
part of the
get back in.
society. We are now the NSAW Tag Team Champions, which is. Did I hear you say you wanted to be a tag team champion?
Yeah, but not for them.
It's a lot shinier than your belt, so don't
Do
worry
you have
about
your
it.
belt with you today by chance?
No, no, because our recent members, Callum Majesta and the lawman Kyle Kennedy, are keeping them nice and safe for Zenith in April.
Yes.
So don't worry, you'll be
Lovely.
seeing them.
Yes. Well,
Well,
that's always good to keep belts safe because Geek and I have known people have traveled with their titles and then gone WWE known. I can't find the world heavyweight title. I lost it in my suitcase. You know what I mean? Like,
I might have lost to Longhorn Steakhouse.
Yeah, like a Longhorn State, you lose your belt going to McDonald's. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yikes.
They find it right on the side of the road.
Yeah. Yeah. So now we got you both here. So like, do you think maybe we'll see like very soon see a title match between you two? Like,
I have no clue. There's
Like I
like
said,
more
like, I've
girls
been
than.
here 5. Shut up! You've talked enough now.
Nah, hen. I started talking. Wind your neck in. Keep
You've
your
had
mouth
your
shut.
section. It's my
No,
turn now.
no,
They want to hear
no.
me.
Be quiet. I haven't finished
No,
speaking.
you're
I
not
have
my
not.
mother or
I
my
have not
grandmother
finished
or my
speaking, hen.
great-great-grandmother. So shut it.
You shut up. You haven't even been in this business for 5 minutes. Wind your neck in.
Oh,
What are you even doing here?
oh.
What are you even doing here?
I'm surprised the
Anyway,
audience
like I
can
was
understand
saying,
you.
there's more talent coming into
Have you got the
UKW now.
subtitles on, guys?
Be quiet.
Because all I
No
can
one
hear is
wants to hear
rubbish.
you. No one wants to hear you. Right?
Well,
Let
why
me
was
finish.
I invited to this podcast then?
Oh,
If
was it
nobody
me
wants
that
to hear
invited you,
me?
you heat?
I
Wasn't it
didn't have
me?
to ask them. They came to me.
Why?
They came to me.
Surely you've got standards.
Because, yes, I've only been here for 5 minutes, but the impact I've made has been very good. I beat
Like
Leonie
what?
Rose in my first ever match. You know,
And you also tapped
UKW's
out to me.
iconic diva, Leonie Rose. I rolled her 1, 2, 3. And
Yeah,
yeah,
who?
I
Thanks to
got my
who?
title match against you. And yeah,
Thanks to
you may
who?
have chopped me into oblivion, but I've been keeping my eye on you. Like I keep my eye on all of the women's talent here in the UK. And I see all your
Yeah,
little
what
tactics.
happened? What happened? Like even with your little gremlin by your side, you couldn't beat me. In fact, quite frankly, I remember you tapping frantically.
So?
Yeah.
It just knows what I need to improve on for next time. Because
Have a
I know I'm
stronger
good.
back. You've
Stronger
got
than
a
yours.
lot of Hen. This
I mean, didn't
back's
you
got
say you
more
had back
strength
problems
than you.
before? I mean, the pressure of being the women's champion must be really, really stressful for you. But, you know, younger ones like me, we can look after that belt for you and have a
Nah.
better title reign than you.
A
Because me,
belt
I'm available
holds
every
up
day
your
for you.
jeans. This is a title. Learn the difference.
You're just... It's like hearing a Karen moan about, you know, the new kids are coming up, you know.
When have I
I'm
ever
really worried.
whinged about new people coming in? I welcome that. You're the one who's whinging.
You're
You're
the
the
one
one
who
who's
complains
like,
about me being
oh my
the
god, I
antagonist."
have to look at all this potential talent that I have to face.
Yes,
Welcome it.
because I like studying the wrestling scene.
Welcome it.
I'm learning
Yes.
my craft.
Well, learn better.
Oh, I will, don't worry. Because next time when I get in that ring, I'll snap you back in half. And then we'll
Well,
race
you
it.
know. Well, you know. Like
Yeah.
you said you were going to drag my blood all over the ring. I'm still yet to see that happen, hen.
I mean, with the laser makeup we put on, of course, it's going to have all the blood flow.
Oh, did I hurt your little ego?
I mean, I'm not crying. I find it quite amusing.
Oh, I can see you shaking. You're so angry.
No, I'm pretty calm. It takes a lot to get me angry, to be honest.
I can see you're
I
angry
have a
right
lot of
now.
fun in the ring.
Oh, I had a lot of fun too.
Mm. Well, compliment you on your chops, though.
Thank you.
See, I can be nice.
You have a lovely twisting DDT.
I know I do.
Good.
That's why a lot of the other non-stop action wrestling dudes are trying to imitate the same move, but it doesn't really work.
It's not worse when people tend to try and rip you off, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, we agree on something.
I know, shock.
Oh, I think the world's going to end. I'm going to have some chocolate now after this podcast before the world just completely ends. Yes, we've got new talent coming in. Like Nisa just made her debut there at Mayhem, but it was recording the same night as Pride and Glory. We've got Aurora in as well, and like it'll be more interesting to see that. like see how they get along. I think Sarah and Ruby Bronco are like climbing up the charts as well. Like I don't know who's next, but I had an absolute banger with Alfie yesterday. Like I look forward to wrestling her again. Actually,
It'd be nice to have a triple threat match between Kristy Love, Jen, and Alfie. Cage
Aye.
match. Cage match. Make it a
Ladder
cage
match.
match.
Ladder
Somebody else.
match.
I'm afraid.
Ladder match. Yeah.
I'm afraid of heights. Sod that.
No, see, man, you got Christy scared. No, make a cage match. Without being more
No,
Make it a cage match. I'm not going to turn a cage match away.
I've been in one, and I won it.
Tell
I
the
mean, my
owner
first
that's-
appearance at UKW, I was choking young Horace off the bars of the cage.
Yeah.
You know what I would love to see one day, and hopefully some indie company does it. I would love to see a War Games match in an indie company.
I imagine you need a lot of space for that.
You would need a lot of space,
Yeah,
a
like
lot,
because it's quite
to,
a big
to have,
match.
and it'll probably be a very time consuming too, because you would have to have 2 rings, 2 cages, you know,
and a giant gym, Geek. You would have to
and
have
a
like
gigantic gym. Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
all these
There'd be
little teeny weeny high schools with the tiny gyms. No, you have to be those people that have the buku bucks, that have the big, like the
The
NH,
money.
the NBA kind of gym, the big gyms, not these small towns like I live in. Have like we have a gym. No, that's a closet.
uh,
That's a maintenance closet. You call a gym with one bleacher. Yay!
yeah, UKW's got the proper 80s old school kind of steel cage, like the thick blue bars. That was the steel cage we had. Like what was that one? That was many months ago.
That was like my favorite cage in the '90s with WWF. That's like
Yeah.
I loved that cage.
It seems a much easier to climb out of it rather than like the kind of crisscross stuff now.
You
How do
can
you...
see it. It's not like you have to go. I need my glasses. I have to go Mr. Magoo style and be like,
Yeah.
I'm looking at the blue bars as I climb up. Like, so, Jenny. So, besides Christy, is there any other wrestlers like on the scene that you have been like scouting?
I have been keeping my eye on Sarah Sky within UK Dub. I recently had a triple threat match with her and Leonie. And unfortunately, the silly little dog kept interfering with me getting a win over Leonie once again. So I'm coming for her. She's my next target.
Mhm.
So I will be calling her out for a match. Because Non-Stop Action Wrestling have their event in April, Zenith, and I'm challenging her on a 1-to-1. Any match she wants to do, any challenge, and I'll show her how wrestling's really done.
Mhm. So Jenny, who are some of your inspirations?
I'm a big, massive fan of the Japanese scene. I'm a big, massive fan of Riho, who's been wrestling quite a lot. I like her style. I'm also a big, massive fan of Maki Ito as well. She's absolutely
Ito,
hilarious.
oh my god,
She's so
Maki Ito's
entertaining. I love her.
the middle finger is everywhere like this, right?
Yeah, I'd love to do that myself, but unfortunately, a lot of events are PG, so unfortunately, I can't do that, which sucks. But you
Yeah.
know, we got to go with it. But I'm also like big, massive fan of like the older classics. You know, like Victoria, Beth Phoenix, Mickey James, Trish Stratus. You know, that era of WWE. You know, I really, really enjoyed watching their talent. You know, and I'm really, really impressed with like the current women's talent out there as well. And I'm really, really happy that there's more of an impact with women's wrestling, you know, because there's a lot of amazing talent out there. And I'd love to see more of that in the UK as well.
Awesome.
Is there any other place you want to travel to, Jenny, that you have not traveled to yet?
There's all different ones. There's Blackheart Wrestling, who I'm a big, massive fan of. I've been to a lot of their shows. They look like a lot of fun to be part of. I was recently at a show this weekend, watching Remus Kane in a triple threat match, which was really good. He got thrown through ladders, hit with kendo sticks. Everything was brilliant at CCW. But yeah, obviously I'd love to come back to UKW again, because it's an amazing promotion, and just everyone's really lovely to work with. So it's a good environment, and I like traveling to different places because alongside wrestling I do singing as well, so I do travel across the country quite a lot, and I love traveling and meeting new people. So to be able to go to different promotions and training and kind of adopt different teaching styles and wrestling styles, soak it all in. That's, I love absorbing different bits of information and applying it to my craft.
So my final question is to you is do you if there's any one younger that came up to you with advice, what advice would you give them?
I would say have a tough skin and be realistic about the expectations that you want, because a lot of the training that I've been in, it's been physically, mentally draining. And like Kristy said earlier, there has been times where it can get really dark. And there's been times where my anxiety has really played up and I've wanted to quit. But then I miss the experience of it all. And, I strive to just keep working harder. And also don't be realistic about what you can do. Don't be going into training sessions expecting to do backflips and all that stuff, because I've seen matches where they have just too many big moves and I get bored quite easily, whereas I like a good character story. I like a good build up to the match. I love watching good tech. I think that really showcases the skill of the wrestlers, and having a big build up, because then when there's a big massive pop at the end of a match, I'm like, yes, this is what I love. And just having good audience interaction as well, because the audience are just as important as the wrestlers, and having a good, fan base or family, I guess, with the audiences that you go to see. And, I also have a lot of respect for your bookers as well, because, as much as you can promote yourself out there, it's the bookers that have the final say. Because if you turn up to a booking and you treat other workers like rubbish, or you don't do as well as you'd want to do, as you make yourself out to be this amazing wrestler and you only give 50%, it makes a big massive impression. And sadly word of mouth can get round, because here in South Yorkshire it's an amazing wrestling community, but it's also very, very loyal to each other. So if there is any, if you end up getting a bad reputation, sadly you won't get the bookings that you want. So be a good worker as well and train hard. Keep working on training. Don't do training for an event. Do the event and think, oh, I don't need to train anymore, I've done this big massive event, because you do lose your momentum. And I've seen wrestlers take a break and then come back expecting to get booked, and it's like, well, no, because you're rusty and it's just not going to work. Because as much as it's entertainment, it's also business as well. And people want to have their shows booked. So yeah, it's a lot of different things. It is a tough business, but it's just as much fun as well. So it's having a good balance of working hard but also enjoying it as well. And don't take yourself too seriously either, because having an ego just doesn't suit people.
Yeah,
nailed it.
Also, my final question for the both of you is: where do you guys see your rivalry in 5 to 10 years, and where do you guys see yourself in 5 to 10 years?
Oh, that's a tough one, really. Yeah. Ideally, I would like to have toured Japan at least once. Because obviously I've never done it before, so I don't know if I would love to go again. It could end up being too intense, or it just could not be for me. It's really hard to tell. But I do see myself still wrestling regardless, because I'm one of those stubborn ones that just won't quit. But that's how I would like it. I've just got that one kind of goal, but I do want to travel. If I do get offered to go to America, I would definitely take it and feel the experience from there and learn how they wrestle. Because obviously you've got all these different styles, and that's the great thing about working in foreign places and workers who are foreign to your country, obviously, because you get to learn how they do things, and it's that knowledge you just want to soak up like your head and like a sponge. As for a rivalry, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how it's going to go. For all we know, we might not even step in the ring with one another for another 10 years. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to go. You want a rematch? Like, I'll happily give you a rematch if you
Any time
want.
and place.
Aye,
for
I'll
it.
give you that
Yeah.
rematch if you want. I'll even put this back on the line for you if you like.
Go for it.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
a
if you
challenge right
want,
there, Joe.
Willing,
if you
you know.
if you want it, you
If
can.
the owner is watching, let's see if he does it, Geek. Let's see if he actually puts it up. You know, and some owners get scared. Nah, I can't do that for the card. I can't. I, as an American wrestling fan, I don't know if Geek feels the same way. If someone wants it, as they would say, don't sing it, bring it. And
Pretty
they're both
much.
bringing it. Yeah.
It's pretty much that, but the promoter's a very fair person.
Yeah.
There's other people in line. So
Yeah.
if you're willing to wait or do matches to get to the top of the list, it's not up to me. You know it's
Whichever
not up
way
to
to get
me.
to the top, I will do that. Whether it's fair, whether it's unfair, you know,
I
I
don't
want to
care
get
for
to the
that
top of that
last
ladder.
part. I don't care for that last part.
Well, you're not the same as me, so you know.
Clearly not.
But you know, I will get gold. I will get that title off you. It's
No,
a
you
pretty
won't.
belt. I mean, it's a pretty title. I'm not going to lie.
It's
know.
pretty, but you're not getting it.
Well, we'll see about that.
You're not getting it.
Well, I'll just wait for UK Dub to
Damn
announce the
right,
match.
Danny boy.
There you go.
Damn right.
Yeah.
All right, and we have our buddy Scarecrows in the chat.
You
Right
got a
now.
guy from America, that's Scarecrow. They actually competed in a match last night at the Psycho Circus.
And the
Oh,
Rumble, right?
sick.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the match I told you about, Kristy. Hey,
Yes.
that's another match that I think, hey Jojo, that maybe UK wrestling should try to inquire. They should look it up. It's called the Psycho Circus, and it's kind of like, as I told you, if
What?
Survivor Series and the Royal Rumble had a baby, right, Geek?
Oh, that's War Games. You're talking about
Yeah.
War Games, baby.
Well, Survivor Series is this like Survivor Series with a team, and the people come in every 10 minutes. That's what I mean. They do it like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And Geek, you're good at explaining the
It's
cycle.
more like more like a War Games, but the thing is, there's half steel cage, and then the other half is a board wrapped in barbed wire. So like a huge board, and then there's little like weapons around the ring, like shovels and what else? Last night there was like a lifeguard ladder. It was pretty crazy. A table, yeah, I swear, like a lifeguard ladder. Some weird stuff like tacks,
Why not?
Here we
Might as
go.
well.
Yeah.
I
Why
don't trust
not?
attacks. I don't trust attacks. I'm afraid it's been in Uncle Willie's desk for like 5 years and no one noticed them till now, and they're all rusty and like mold on them.
Thank you,
Just
Dan.
toss them in. It's okay. Like, yeah, yeah. All
Yeah.
right.
It's only
I
about the
went to
time before they bring something in completely daft, like I don't know, like a big tuna, like one of those like freshly caught tunas that were like
yeah.
in the freezer, and they just bring one of them out and
Oh,
just
that'd be
slap
horrible.
someone with it. Imagine the sound that would make. Be like,
Oh,
so,
jeez.
I'm not
Like a
giving
child,
any ideas. I think that would be terrible. I think I'd be
like the
terrible
sound
for
of a
everyone.
child getting slapped in Walmart. Banga.
I slap you with a wet cold fish.
Yeah.
It sounds like
But
something.
so, do you guys have any upcoming shows or one at a time?
Well, I've got the 25th of March. That's Great British Bash with UKW. I don't know who I've got yet. Well, I tend to find out closer to the time because, again, it's the whole who's the most deserving kind of thing. It's like they'll put on matches. Like, for all I know, it could be someone within UKW. It could be a fresh talent coming out from the UK. I never know. Like, as soon as I know, I always look them up and research them, like see what they do and if it's gonna be my kind of style or not. If it's not, I'll work with it regardless, But if it is my style, it's like I can rub my hands. So like, okay, we can put on a banger.
Yeah, love that word.
Uh,
I love the word banger.
Jenny?
Banger.
I've got 2 events coming up in April. April 1st would be Zenith, non-stop action wrestling's biggest event of the year. We've booked a brand new venue. Absolutely excited for that. I do know I'm lined up for a match. So I'm doing an open challenge to anyone who wants to, come and face me. Because I'm hungry for a win. It's been a while since my last match, and I'm raring to go. I'm like shaking, ready to just pin anyone who comes in 1, 2, 3. And then I have another event at the end of April for the Wrestling Appreciation Society at Huddersfield University. I'm going to be part of a rumble, and they're going to be raising money for Cancer Research UK. So it's going to be an amazing show for an amazing cause, so I'm looking forward to it. And again, if there's any other surprise bookings, I'm always up and ready for it,
Yeah.
I'm excited for any opportunity given.
I forgot. I have one. I have another one. Sorry, the 4th of March, which is it's like that's next week. Firestar Championship Wrestling. That's also in Yorkshire in Beverley. That's for the women's title. There, it's their first ever crowning, and it's against like the Fiery Vixen, Summer Rain, and the Oracle Bella.
Summer Rain.
Yeah. I've never faced them before. I've faced Bella before in a rumble, and it was good. It was only a little part, but I'd like to see what we could do. So it's a triple threat match for more gold.
More gold. There you go.
We know Summer Rain.
Yeah, Summer Rain's awesome. So
Fire
I will
Pixie, right?
see.
That's what her name was, I guess. Right?
Fiery
What?
Vixen.
Fire. Yep.
Fire Pixie. It looks
Vixen.
like Fire.
Yeah. Yeah. So we want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Jenny, thanks for accepting Geek's invitation.
It's been a pleasure. Nice to finally chat to you guys and have fun with it. So,
Yes. Want to do the send off, Geekums?
You guys.
I'm Joe Panther III.
I'm the Metal Geek.
Hot Mess Kirsty Love, your UKW Women's Champion.
the Rock Idol of the UK, Jenny Hayes, Tag Team Champion on Smash and Wrestling.
And we will catch you in the next one. Kristy, pick your belt up.
Belt.